welcome back to Poke Break. Tormentic here, and I got a lot that I'm going to talk about because this is going to be your week in review, everything that's happened in the past 7 days in Pokemon Go, and there has been a lot that has gone on, so I will leave time links in the description so you can skip around in case there's something specific you want to hear about. But first, I want to talk about the Team Rocket event. It is officially over. It's been over for a couple days now, but I have to admit, I wasn't that impressed with the Rocket takeover of the stops. I was a little disappointed that we didn't see Giovanni, and then I took a step back and I realized that this is just the beginning of Team Rocket. This is the first time they've actually ever done anything with Team Rocket, and we shouldn't have expected them to pretty much show everything. I do think, though, that the Team Rocket takeovers will happen. I'm going to say that most likely they probably will happen at least once a month, if that was my guess. Now, with Team Rocket actually, the event happening and going over, we have gotten some new ones, which are actually really cool because they're starting to add to that roster of Shadow Pokemon. Now, something that was really interesting was that the first time that we ever had an instance where a Community Day Pokemon could potentially be Shadow, and we found out that Shadow Pokemon cannot learn the Community Day exclusive moves. They have to be purified first. I've been going around searching for some of them, and some of them seem to be way harder to find, just like the Snorlax was. I was able to get a Houndour, which actually looks really awesome with this aura all around it with the red eyes. I also was able to get a Drowsy, which was probably one of my favorites in Gen 1. And then moving forward as well, I was able to find a Cubone. I haven't been able to find a Gyarados, well, the Magikarp, because you can't find a Gyarados. I haven't been able to find a Magikarp. I haven't been able to find the Scyther. The Scyther would be sweet, especially with the Scizor. Grimer, though, has to be right now my favorite Shadow Pokemon that they have released. It just, I don't know why. I just love Grimer. So like I said, I would expect them to do another takeover event probably at least once a month, and they'll most likely, that's how they'll start introducing all of these Shadow Pokemon, is after those takeover events. Now with Team Rocket leaving, we have actually reverted back to mostly the same raid bosses that we had before the actual event, minus Dragonite. Dragonite, I don't remember being a raid boss. We've been asking for Dragonite for a while, and I got to admit, it's a little bit of a beast at 2700 pretty much with the weather boosted. Now, they did switch out Rayquaza as the Tier 5 as of last week as well, but those are pretty much the same. We've had another Community Day come and go. I hope you're able to get as many Ralts as you were able to get, male and female. This was, again, one of my favorite ones from this generation. I got to tell you, I used Gardevoir on my team like nobody's business. I wasn't able to actually play the entire time. I was only about maybe an hour. I was able to get a couple. I was not able to get a male. But I gotta admit, this looks awesome. I don't know how many times they've actually used the blue like this. I mean, I know like Squirtle was a little bit of an off blue, like a little bit of a whiter blue, but just the blue super popped, and then especially with the evolutions, it looked really well. This is also going to be one of those that could be meta if it isn't already. Synchronized seems to be like a decent move as well, and I gotta tell you though, I'm really excited about this because these things, Gardevoir and Gallade, are powerhouses. And so, like I said, I hope you're able to get as many as you were able to, even if they weren't shiny. I hope you're able to get some good IV'd ones, because these right here, I feel, will be good meta ones, especially, like I said, that CP. I mean, I evolved this one, you can see right here, a Corellia, into a Gardevoir, and boom, the CP just exponentially jumped up on this thing. So I've already used this one in battle. It's pretty sweet. 2759. I can still pump it up a little bit. Like I said, I'm in love with this Community Day shiny. Our next topic is going to be the Tier 5 raid change, which is now Rayquaza with its shiny form, and that black shiny form is probably my favorite legendary shiny that they have released so far. It looks sweet. The actual trailer that they released for basically saying that Rayquaza was coming back was super awesome, got me excited. Now, what you're looking for when you're trying to fight these things, 2191 is definitely going to be the max CP, the one you're looking for 100. 2739 for a weather boosted perfect. Now, the only move really that seems to do a lot of damage that was hardcore is Outrage. Everything else you can kind of either dodge or it won't one-shot you, but that Outrage just boom, kills you. Now, you definitely want to try to use as many ice Pokemon as you can. I will say Mamoswine is a beast when it comes to this. Glaceon surprised me as well, too. I wasn't expecting it to be such a good counter to this. A lot of people have been using their Weevils, especially the new pink shiny Weevils from the Team Rocket event. The other ones right there, they're pretty decent. I would say anything Frost or anything Ice, definitely want to use when you're fighting this thing. Now, I've fought probably about maybe 15 of them or so over the past week. I have not been able to get a shiny. The battle itself doesn't seem to be that bad. I had a friend actually who was able to take one out with only 3 people doing the raid. So this seems to be a little bit of an easier one. You should be able to go out and grind them. I've been seeing a lot of people getting multiple shinies as well too, so I think I'm just getting pretty bad luck of the draw when it comes to the shiny. Most of the time whenever we do a raid, it seems to be like 1 in 3 that we get at least 1 or 2 people to get it. The circle is super big as well too, so you shouldn't have a problem hitting it. This is definitely one that you want to go out and try to farm if you get the opportunity. Moving into next, though, it's Pokemon Go Fest Yokohama. It started officially, depends on where you were. If you were over there, started today. If you were over here in the United States, it started last night around, I want to say, 10 o'clock p.m. And Poliwag, finally, we get Poliwag as a shiny, and I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. There isn't much difference between Poliwag, Poliwhirl. Poliwrath though looks sweet with that green, and then the Politoed, that little accent, it looks awesome. Now you'll be able to try to catch this one. There will be boosted spawn rates until the event is over on the 12th, so definitely want to go out there and check it out. There are other spawns that they have been boosting, but this is the one you want to look for. Now this right here is what it looks like, an artist rendering, if you will, of its shiny form. I have not been able to get one. I went out searching for a little bit last night, and I saw some, but very similar to when Chicago Fest was going on. The Poliwags were not spawning like you would normally think for it being a boosted spawn. The thing I'm really excited about though for this event is the gifts. They have allowed you to actually send out up to 20 gifts a day. You can actually open up to 30 gifts a day. Every egg that you get from a gift will be automatically a 2K egg, but it will still have the spawn pool of a 7-kilometer egg. So I'm really excited about this. Bonsley is the new shiny, a new baby shiny. The only way to get it is to hatch it from those eggs. That is what it looks like up close. Looks pretty sweet, I got to admit. Probably one of the better looking babies. And again, you just want to send out those gifts, you want to open them, and with everything only being 2 kilometers to walk to basically hatch the egg, you definitely want to try to hatch as many as you can. Make sure your adventure sync is on as well. In addition to this, they've also announced that they were going to release some of the Pikachus that have hats on them in celebration of Yokohama Fest. And the first one they did was the Pikachu Santa hat. I was seeing a lot of those spawns last night and today. Not sure what the order is going to be. I know there's probably going to be a mad dash for the Ash Hat Pikachu because that was one of the harder ones to actually get. But all of them have a shiny chance. So you definitely want to go and try to get as many of the Pikachus as you can, or at least check them to try to get those shinies. Now, there is one big thing that actually seems to be confusing a lot of people. All of the Go Fest research tasks for Yokohama will give you the same things. It's very random. You don't know which one you're going to get, but there isn't a specific quest for a specific mon like they've done before in the past. Every single one of these, all 5 of these quests have the same spawn pool. So definitely want to try to do as many as you can. I want to say last night, out of the 8 or 10 that I was able to complete, all I was able to actually find were Talos. I might have found one Swablu, but there's no real rhyme or reason to it. You're just going to have to keep doing as many of these quests as you can, and they're pretty easy as well too. So definitely want to do as many as you can because they all have shiny chances, and it's a good way of actually potentially maybe trying to get a shiny Poliwag as well. I hope you've enjoyed the weekly rundown. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. That is where I post a lot of breaking news when I don't have time to actually make a video to present it to you. My name is Trementic, though. If you have found this useful, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more tips, tricks, and news. And as always, I will catch you next time.